Hello everyone. Thank you a lot for joining our webinar. We hope that you can all hear us well. Please write to the chat if you experience some technical issues. But for now, we thankful that you have joined our webinar today. We will explore new project requirements which pharma clients expect digital agencies to comply with, and ways of how agencies can meet those new requirements and build new cooperation bridges with their clients. So my name is Margarita, and I'm Senior Partner Relations Manager at V7.
And my name is Olga, and I'm Partner Relations Manager at V7 too. Today, together with you, we will discuss which digital projects pharma request from agencies, how to make agencies' digital projects better, how to optimize and speed up the content development process, and how to integrate HTML5 presentations to most widespread CRM and CLM systems of your clients in just a few clicks.
So let's first start with some statistics and see in detail what are pharma's expectations exactly like. So 93% of pharma and biotech companies admitted the volume of digital content is higher today than even 2 years ago. Very often, pharma marketers cannot meet deadlines when cooperating with agency and created content from scratch. It takes a lot of time to choose the assets from a huge global store, then to transfer all elements and digital assets to the local agency for adaptation, and finally to control the whole process and approve the final version with the global office. That's why more pharma companies consider developing content templates as a key priority in cooperation with digital agencies. And having templates for different channels of communication will guarantee keeping the global brand strategy and decrease time needed for development if to compare with creation from scratch.
So let's talk about internal processes of creating of digital projects in pharma companies. So some experts say that growing the bulk of digital assets will boost pharma companies to consider in-house content production as the key priority in 2018. But on the other hand, according to our research, 72% of companies admit that less than a half of their marketing staff plays a principal role in content creation today. This is mostly due to the fact that they are unwilling to get their hands dirty with HTML content or CSS design or something else like that. Therefore, pharma is planning to provide marketers with a tool which would help managing all stages of content creation process and facilitate cooperation with digital agencies.
Outsourcing and in-house production are two common answers. However, only 7% of companies believe in leveraging in-house talent. So, 56% of companies plan to outsource some content marketing activities from agencies. But outsourcing is not a universally recognized panacea for pharma companies. And with the explosion of content, any discoordination between global headquarters, local affiliates, and agencies becomes all too evident. Powerful platforms for managing global digital assets have solved the problem with handling the approved media for many enterprises. The success of content production and management is in its potential to unite different vendors' agencies on a single platform.
So let's discuss which problems pharma marketers face managing the content creation. There are a lot of factors that can slow down the process of digital development. For example, sometimes even the customers themselves have no clear understanding of how globally used assets should be localized according to their local market. On the other hand, slow-paced conversational approval process and lack of interactive communication are impeding and preventing the dynamic development of digital projects. 58% of marketing decision makers in a survey report that they have to go through review for at least 5 times, and 13% says that there is even 10 times or more.
Now, looking at all these problems that marketers face, the question arises, what should the ideal operating model look like to build long-term pharma-agency relations? When it comes to processes and communication transparency, pharma wants to use some kind of unified platform, especially when pharma company collaborates with several agencies who manage not the whole project but its parts. For example, design, localization, CLM, CRM adaptation, and so on. That leads to getting diverse pieces of information, and sometimes it's quite hard to collect them into one puzzle. In that case, creating a single agency ecosystem with preset benchmarks and requirements will simplify content flow, approvals, and any other aspect of the project. In addition, pharma requires to increase the speed of content development, adaptation, renovation, and localization process. An agency needs some established workflow or platform that would allow automating all the content production processes that would enable the agency to meet the market needs on time.
And now we suggest to have a closer look on the most popular requests from pharma to agency. So, as the first trend, pharma requests from agencies, that is establishing a content templates approach in their work. And what does it mean? So, templating approach unites creative development and localization agencies, and a master template is a globally approved branded presentation or email wireframe with project content, structure, menu, controllers, and navigation, containing global guidance for KPI manifesto and naming convention. With this templating approach at hand, agency can effortlessly comply with client's brand strategy so that presentation structure, logo, fonts, uh, some color schemes or images are up to date. For example, this year, email templates are growing especially popular among most marketers and their audience. And pharma regularly offers some types of email templates for various situations. It can be anything, beginning with welcome emails, follow-up emails, email description of clinical studies, and ending with webinar invitations. Every type of them has its own structure and goal. And the second trend, which is crucial for pharma marketers, is content localization. Agency should fully adopt the digital assets to the regional market requirements and make sure that all of the elements correspond to the international brand strategy. Um, Around 52% of companies are already planning to increase the share of their content internationalization budgets allocated to external content production and third-party translations. In fact, pharma are selecting their localization partners right now based on several criteria. First of all, in brief, they want a common platform to manage all the localization processes. And as a third must-have for an agency is a full integration of digital projects with most popular CRM and CLM systems pharma companies use. And as you know, in order to create the content, for instance, for Viva, you need a special type of certification. And we will talk about this a little bit more.
Yes, so which tool can enhance digital development process and improve the collaboration with your clients? Let us introduce you. We suggest you to get acquainted with the digital content factory approach, which was designed by Visavan team. This special digital platform aims to connect customers, marketing teams, and agencies in a unified content collaboration process. With a purposefully integrated approval process, the collaboration, commenting, and validation of digital content can be easily optimized, as creators and reviewers are able to see and comment live interactive content available under one share link, and no need for static PDFs. Now you will have the access to a common media library and are able to create and reuse all previous digital assets and templates. Just picture that you won't need to wait until someone types tons of comments via email or depend on a lengthy email text translation for localization, for example, and imagine that all the processes are so transparent that you are notified immediately about possible improvements to the content, be it even legal or medical advisors, or maybe even collaborators.
So we have prepared for you some useful tips which are based on our experience on how we can boost your team's performance in content creation and meet pharma's needs. And tip number one is that you should use pre-designed templates and components to speed up content development. It's easier to complete the project when there is a good deal of groundwork already, rather than starting from scratch each time. That is why we've thought of developing some ready-to-use templates and elements within the eWizard platform, which one can use to create an e-detailing presentation or mobile app. Each presentation slide or an app screen can be easily filled in with text, images, videos, or interactive elements like sliders, charts, flip cards, and so on. All you need to get your presentation ready is just to fill it with pieces of content according to the storyboard.
Talking about our second tip, it is really essential to arrange content to easily find the necessary asset. If all the assets are properly organized, you won't waste time to look for it. Here is why we recommend a solution such as a wizard platform that unifies all the cloud storages you use in one, with a chance to upload and download applications, presentations, etc. What is more, it suggests a possibility to reuse already pre-designed, ready-made content from other developers or offices. In addition, it provides a handy search of all the materials, which ensures you to find all the necessary piece of content in just a matter of minutes.
Yes, and also we suggest to use an inbuilt approval module to review and approve content within minutes. You would agree that everyone once struggled from lengthy approval of each project stage. All those comments in emails, week of awaiting, affect content relevance, and to do that, we have included an approval module to eWizard platform, as well as integrated it with Viva to streamline marketing, legal, and medical approval processes. As a result, all the team members responsible for content reviewing can do it within one platform in an interactive mode. Now it's much easier to approve and decline materials online with two-way email notification and provide comments to each element on the presentation or app.
Tip number 4 is all about localization. So how to localize content 2 times faster? Well, to prepare a good piece of content doesn't seem to be a tough task for you anymore. Yet, when it comes to product launch to some distant markets, most companies fail to ensure the highest localization benchmarks. A recent research listed the most widespread challenges of localization. First is a non-standardized localization process, then goes low understanding of local market needs, and last but not least, diverse content repositories in a combination with complex legacy systems. And to break those barriers, we suggest two localization options in eWizard, either online or offline. Both of them allow to significantly cut down spend on translating materials into a variety of languages. While localizing online, you can replace text and images either directly on the sites or in a special localization table. What is more, this very table can be downloaded as an Excel file, translated offline, and uploaded back with all the text replaced automatically. And the final option is generating a link to the localization table and sending it to the chosen translation agency.
Yes, and our last tips is about the multi-channel content. So we suggest producing CLM agnostic content. Um, just imagine that you buy an expensive thing, and I believe you would like it to serve for quite a long time. Then why should you allocate some additional budgets on your digital content if it can be updated or reused over and over again? That what's more, the same HTML5 presentations or mobile apps can be used on different devices, platforms, and even CLM systems. To help you save some money on adapting digital assets to diverse communication channels, we have integrated a number of major CLM systems and operating systems in eWizard tool. So you needn't study any specific documentation or requirements to publish your ready content to Viva, IQVIA, or some other systems anymore.
And as we have mentioned before, one of the main requests from pharma to their agencies team is to have a digital platform for content production and management that is fully integrated with pharma CRM and CLM systems. For example, the majority of pharma companies now use Viva system, as you might all know, to manage their digital assets. And for agencies, this means that they should create projects and use the solutions that would be fully integrated with Viva system. And actually, our company is an official partner of Viva across the world, with our eWizard framework being fully integrated into all Viva products. And that is why we suggest you to consider the possibility to participate in our certification program. You can just choose the type of certificate according to your agency's priority service. Either it's development, localization, KPIs, tracking, distribution, or other type, as you can see on the screen. Train your team, pass examination, and receive the accreditation to create digital content for Viva or any other popular systems via using our integrated eWizard platform. And as a benefit, we will also recommend you as certified professional digital agency to top pharma companies. And of course, we will support you on your way with educational programs, different trainings, webinars in order to improve your team skills. Plus, you will get discounted admission fee as a bonus at global pharma events, where you will be able to find some potential pharma clients.
Yeah, isn't it great? And
Yeah.
now just to supply our words with some visualization, we suggest you to have a look on our platform from the inside. So here we are on the main page where all the presentations created by this user or shared with him are located. We go to the main menu where we can see the modules integrated into the platform. For the agencies, the most important ones are digital assets module with different documents, images, audio and video files, and even PDFs are stored. So here we can sort them, filter them according to the keyword, according to the type, and according to the format. So we can sort them, see the detailed information about it, and so on.
Mhm. And moreover, it was, as we have mentioned, it was that it's integrated into Viva products. There is a direct access to your Viva Vault account where you can pull all your media stored there directly to your e-detailings while creating or editing some presentation. Even you have an actual status here indicated whether the asset is approved, draft, or maybe declined or expired. Also, a very important service is Global Store, is a repository of all the uploaded presentations. It is widely used by companies when a headquarter has created a presentation and they share this e-detailer with all the affiliates that can access this global store and add to their own libraries and further use it in their region and localize it. So now I'm adding the presentation to my library, and it will appear in my personal account in e-detailer section. Afterwards, we are able to localize, that is, translate this presentation. For this, we are creating the localization, and we need to choose the target country and, of course, language that we will be translating this presentation to. Now the copy of this presentation is created, and we are able to edit this localization further. We go into edit localization mode, and we can see here this table.
So on the left, you can see the original, and on the right, you can see the fields which can be further edited and localized. So it can be done internally within the platform, online, and you can change fonts and size of the letters and even images if needed. Press save, and you will see the changes appear immediately.
As we have told during the presentation, it is possible, of course, to localize the presentation offline. For this, we are pressing export button, and the Excel file will be downloaded onto our laptop, and we will be able to see the same table and insert the changes on the right.
Yeah, and here we localize everything offline. So, for example, we change the name of the patient. So let it be my colleague Margarita. And we save this document and import it back to the platform.
Yeah, and after we import it, all the changes will be appearing here. Moreover, it is possible to send this localization to the relevant person when, for example, this creator doesn't have rights for translating. We can send a notification and a link actually for translating.
And we also can protect the link with a password if needed, or set an expiration date. And we send it. So we immediately have a share link, which is available only for this user within this password. Here we see the customized screen with the same platform, but Only with finish localization function.
So as this person finishes his translation, he just presses finish localization button, and afterwards this link will not be available anymore for localizing. Moreover, if there are no people who can translate this presentation within the agency, it is also possible to send it to a third party. Because we have integration with TransPerfect, it is possible to send the presentation to them, and afterwards we will receive a ready-made e-detailer.
So all this and a lot of different other options will be available for you and your team on the trial period. So you can contact us and we will suggest the best ways to boost your team's performance, creating digital content for pharma companies.
And if you will have any questions or maybe inquiries to see more functionalities, we will be really glad to hold a detailed demo of a wizard framework for you. Just you can see our contact information on the slide. We will be glad to continue conversation. Thank you all for joining our webinar today. Thank you for attending.
Yeah, thank you for your attention and to wish you a good time of the day.
Yeah, have a good day. Goodbye.